Hey guys, and welcome back. I am the Seven Swords, and I took some days off to try to figure out what to do with this mod pack, with this story. I kind of hit a point where I really wanted to figure out what to do with Sarah and this whole Civil War thing, since right now she doesn't like the Imperials because, well, they are going to team up with the Thalmor, and she doesn't like the Stormcloaks because they're going to tear apart Skyrim and tear apart the Imperial Empire. And I tried two mods. Um, One was to become the High King of Skyrim. Maybe she decided if neither of you are going to pick the right one, I'm going to become High King, and that really doesn't make a lot of sense for her because, um, as far as the Stormcloaks go, her only known about them right now is that they have their city is a bit of a stick in the mud, and they're probably going to lead to um, the Empire falling apart. But if she does that, it's going to be the same thing. She's going to make the Empire fall apart. She's going to break away from the Empire. It's going to be a problem. So she's putting a pin in it. She doesn't know what to do. I have a third mod that is now installed and should work just fine, but I have to make a decision on what to do with Skyrim. I have to pick the Imperials or the Stormcloaks. Probably going to end up picking the Imperials. And I have an idea of why she'll pick the Imperials eventually, but not right now. So for now, we're just going to say that she's going to continue on her merry way of doing what she do, and that she'll come up with it eventually. The two mods I did try were Become the High King of Skyrim and Conquest Skyrim. I liked the idea of Conquest Skyrim, even though it's a work in progress and was warning me that it might break the save. I was like, well, if it breaks, then that's the end of Sarah's story, and I'm okay with that. Problem with it is that I couldn't get it to work right. I would load it, and I could place down banners and stuff, but I couldn't pick a banner, and I couldn't name my faction and stuff like that, so I decided to just not do that one and instead do this. We might do that one eventually with another character, but just not Sarah. What we are going to do right now is sleep, because it's the middle of the night. And Sarah wants to sleep till morning so she can tell the woodcutter here about her husband's death. Then we're going to pick up the tent. We haven't used that very often. Hopefully we use it a little bit more as time goes on. Sarah is going to be spending some time out here in the Rift still, as she hasn't really decided what she wants to do. But let's go and tell Glenna the bad news. Yeah, but you don't leave your house, so.
My louse of a husband?
I found his body.
No, it can't be. Oh my. And all this time I was thinking he'd been unfaithful to me. I feel so stupid. I've been a fool, wasting my time sitting here helpless when I could have sent help sooner. Perhaps this is all my doing. What's done is done. Here, I want you to have this. Bringing me closure was kind of you. Drop by and see us again if you...
You may end up using this place as a base camp for a while, since she is going to be trying to decide what to do with herself, but needs a place to hang out, and this is not a bad place. She can set up her tent here, she can get settled in, she can do a lot of stuff with this. But we are going to continue. One thing I'm going to go ahead and do is we're going to go down this route and probably skirt the outside of here, looking for locations of interest, and then head up north, look around here for a while for anything of interest, and then we might head through the pass here, past the Volheim Towers, past Whiterun and head back to our farmstead over here on Golden Hill Plantation, as that's probably going to be a good possibility of what we should do with our time.
Mother, I finished cutting at the northern stand. Where do I move on to now?
There's a cups of elms to the east. They'll use that wood.
I was hoping to head into Riften for supplies, but I can do that after I'm done with the elms.
Just be careful, Ronak. That copse doesn't look safe. If you see any trouble, you run right home.
Probably does feel for them. She was mad at her husband, but she had... I don't know if she would think that she had an understanding, because, like, Sarah probably could guess it was going to be that from the beginning. But it's also one of those things of she doesn't want to judge her too harshly. Could go to that orc stronghold and talk to them. This might be the one, if this is the one I think it is, this might be a good one to go to, but I'm still not interested in going to talk to orcs yet. I don't think Sarah... I think Sarah knows a little bit about the orc strongholds and knows about them being very untrustworthy of outsiders. Well, untrusting of outsiders. To give a bit of information about what happened with the ending of our rampage as a feral beast, Sarah remembers killing a lot of people, and she did. And she remembers running around a lot of the rift. I actually got to a point where I was like, I just stopped and was waiting outside Glenna's house for my transformation to come to an end, because I had gotten to the point where I realized I'm not going to transform back without Sarah just choosing to go and lay it down, because I was literally killing people and eating their hearts enough to keep my rage going for probably hours. Like I said before, the reason I cut it out, she doesn't remember it, so we're not having it in the recording. I don't think I killed anyone important. I could be wrong, though. I know that there was at least one NPC that was named after I realized, and I only realized it after I killed her. I don't remember who she was. We also saw us kill a bunch of guards. I may have attacked in a camp. One of orc bandits and another one that was a camp of Imperials. But yeah. And as far as why she transformed, I'm under the impression her hunger had gotten the best of her. And now we need to take care of this bear. And again, it's another warm day, so I'm having to enjoy that. I might not do much recording today. I've already lost a lot of time thanks to testing out those two mods and then trying to find another way to deal with this. It took me quite a while to decide that Conquest of Skyrim just wasn't going to work. I may end up installing it and doing it with another character, just not that one. Let's clear out this cave and see what's inside of it. Ooh. What is with the snakes and werewolves? Not snakes and werewolves. Not even snakes. What the heck? Well, what's with the wolves and spiders deciding they want to team up together? This is an interesting little cave. Grab some leeks. Grab some carrots. Person up here. I don't know. Interesting. Where's that spider at? Up there? I know what cave this is. I was actually hoping to find this cave. Not because of particularly any interest, it's just I haven't done this quest in a while and I wanted to do it. We'll still continue on our plan after this, but I did want to get this one. Thing of Kinnereth and Galnor's Last Wish. Galnor, my trusted friend and companion, has been laid to rest. I have built a shrine to watch over him and bring peace to weary travelers. Of the few riches Galmor possessed in life, his most prized was a warhammer made of jagged crystal, famously won in a coin toss. After months of research, he came to believe this hammer was some sort of otherworldly treasure. Shortly before his passing, it was his wish that it be hidden away until one who has walked the Shivering Isles emerges to retrieve it. I have followed his instructions to the letter, and a powerful illusion spell now obscures it. To break the spell, one must first acquire pieces of what supposedly make up the weapon itself, amber and madness ore. Such things, if they actually exist, would be great treasures in their own right. If the enchantment is correct, only by placing the ore into the embers near Godric's body will the spell break. If Godric is not mad, perhaps one day this peerless weapon will find a way into a worthy hands of once again. Interesting. Wants me to bring amber and interesting. Is this Godric? Gadnor? Is this Gadnor? I mean, is Gadnor the person I was looking for? Gadnor's Last Wish, yep. Get a quest for that? Yes. Obtain amber. Okay. This might not be the quest I thought it was. I'm glad I found it, but I don't think this is the quest I thought it was. I think I know of a place to find the amber it's asking me to find. And of course I like the idea that it's mentioning this Shivering Isles. And I do have madness ore. Here's madness ore, but here's another madness ore. Apparently this is not the one I thought it was, though. Okay, then. Guess we'll put a pin in this, and if we ever find some amber, we'll bring it back here. We shall begin making our way towards the next area, though. We may look into that eventually. There is a quest we have right now that will lead us to the amber I'm thinking of. Here, this bear. The powerful shadows we wield, helping us kill our foes. Might go to this dragon's den and see if there's a dragon there, and maybe a word of power. is definitely starting to become more of a dragon hunter, which is definitely odd for her, since she didn't want to be a dragon hunter. Yeah, here she is hunting dragon. Oh. Soldier before it starts causing problems. Yep, another dragon. How about back time, Rob? Just so that we can do it and make sure that Umbra is fully recharged. Oops. Hope that's not important. Because something tells me I'm not going to get it back. Hey, yeah. Another dragon down. I think it's it's gold. Absorb its soul. Now, at the end of this episode, I will be talking about what the mod I added in is, but I don't want to spoil it for those who don't want it to be spoiled, and I don't think I've said anything about it yet. If I have already talked about it, I do apologize. But I kind of want it to be unspoiled if it's not spoiled yet. If I already spoiled it, then I will go ahead and just leave it in and it'll be spoiled. But at the end of the episode, if I remember to, I will talk about what the mod is and talk about why I've decided that. And I'll talk a little bit about how we're going to go about it. It's not going to be for a long time, though. You have to get some other stuff done before we can do it, and I don't plan on doing that other stuff for a while. Because what triggers her decision to do that is much farther down the line anyways. And as far as I'm aware, there's no way for her to know about the course of action I plan on undertaking without going down a certain degree of quests and discoveries. Grome's Pass. Interesting. A pass means that it goes to another side. I wonder what the other side of this is. It is not into the Dawn Guard. Nope. Hello, goblins. I think it's funny that there are goblins in Skyrim, but you can't choose to play as a goblin. Guess they're seen as more of beasts than they are of races in Skyrim. Especially since they have strange behaviors. What is this? Posting of the hunt. Huh. I might check that book out. If I can remember to. Let's go ahead and just open it up real quick, see if it gives us a quest. Let's see. Where is it? Writing in the book appears to be hasty transcription, perhaps from direction or copied from longer work. Interesting. I might read that in a there reads because something tells me it has something to do with Hirsi. It's something about the hunt. Hello, kill the blue god. It's not nearly as difficult as I was expecting. Now, who is the blue god? Sapphire ring. Goblin totem staff. I wonder if this is supposed to be a reference to Oblivion. And Blue God's journal. Take that with us. We're supposed to read it. Seem like there's anything more. Pretty sure this is an orc. If I can get him up. Can I get him up? Yeah, he's definitely an orc. Covered in like blue paint or something. I'm not sitting on that. And there is a goblin down there, along with a bunch of goblin corpses. But I'm under the impression I cannot get down there. Not look like it. Let's check out the Blue Goblin's journal. Hopefully, a super long journal, because I'd like to read through it, but I don't want it to take too super long. Free the goblin from the pit. Tribe demanded I prove myself as a hunter. They want me to trap some game and return to the stronghold, probably for a celebratory feast. It shouldn't be too hard. I already set up the snare by the water. Now I can sit back and let the food come to me. My snare trap doesn't seem to be working. I tied it to a stick, just like they said. Clearly, Lob gave me a flimsy rope. Either that or the stick out here are no good. I don't know how they expect me to hunt with such broken tools. Only been a few days, but I already feel like giving up. I'm hungry and I've gone through all the bread Atub gave me by Balakath. They really expect me to die out here. The rabbits here are too nimble to chase down. I thought I could just grab one, but if I put some bait in my pocket, but problem is I don't have any bait. I shouldn't have eaten all the carrots in my sack, but I was starving. Malakov's blessings, I'm alive. I found a cave south of the camp full of strange blue mushrooms, which I immediately ate. I remember Ateb saying something about some mushrooms being poisonous, but I don't get sick, so what does she know? Anyway, I ended up filling my sack with them. If I came back with a full stomach, maybe I can convince the others we don't need to hunt. Came back to Lechberg with my sack full of mushrooms, and one by one they spat them out and mocked my hunting skills. If I wasn't humiliating enough, Chief Yarmaz took a hammer and crushed the sack, then dumped the contents on my head. None of my tribe mates bothered to defend me. They just stood there and laughed. Now Yuzma says I have to go back out there and catch something with some legs. It's not fair. When the last time he caught anything. I'm so hungry, hunting is impossible, and maybe I'll just die. That'll teach them to leave me out here alone. By Malakath, what just happened? I went back to the cave to pick some more mushrooms when something must have tripped me because I fell into a pit. I yelled out for help, but instead of getting rescued, I was quickly surrounded by a horde of green monsters, hissing and gnashing their teeth. I figured that was it. They were going to eat me, but before I could scream, one of them dropped to his knees and started bowing. The others followed. Could they be goblins? You never see them this far north, in any case. They seem to be treating me like an honored guest. Blessing of Malakath. It turns out that they think I'm a god. They didn't seem to treat other orcs the same, so it must be the blue stains on my face. I need to thank Yamas for dumping that sack on my head. I think I'll do that. I'll do that right before I have my goblins claw open his face. My army grows by the day. Soon we'll have enough numbers to overrun the stronghold. For now, I've been collecting blue mushrooms from Iridil so I can maintain the ruse, although some of them might be starting to suspect. The other day, I think one of them saw me use a stick to spread blue paint on my back. I'll need to keep a close eye on him. I figured out who it was that saw me. It's that nasty little runt with the funny looking spear. It seems he's the hunter of the group. He reminds me of every orc back at Ushbog who laughed in my face. Tried to grab the spear from him, but he must have done something to it because it was too heavy to lift. I didn't know if it was Hircine or Malakath that's protecting him, but he needs to learn that goblins only have one god, the blue god, me. The tunnel the goblins were using to come here from Cyrodiil collapsed. No matter, my army is nearly big enough to take the stronghold, and once that's done, I can sell Yemmer's things for a whole wagon full of paint. Before I do that, I need to make an example of the non-believer. Once he's dealt with, I'll show all the other goblins what happens when you question your god. Sounds like the orc lost his mind. Yeah, we're definitely gonna make some noise rattling going through there, but might as well. Still got Umbra, and I can still deal with all of them. Goblins are nothing more than annoying pests at this point. Steel blue things. That kind of explains why I was saying I don't even know if goblins are supposed to be. I didn't even know goblins were in this game because they're from Cyrodiil, which I remember there being goblins in Cyrodiil. There is a lot of blue mushrooms. I don't even know if these things are useful. Probably should check. Before I end up getting like an absolute ton of them. Where were we? Here we go. Restore Magicka, resist frost, fortify destruction, and fortify carry weight. Yeah, the restore Magicka might be useful. That is a decent amount of stuff. I am trying to figure out how I'm supposed to get that. I'm supposed to get this one out. I'm also tempted to get his spear because I want his spear now. I see that there's a gate on this side. If I go this way, do we have a way to go down? Yes, we do. Hello, goblin. Guessing you realized the orc wasn't a god. Why do I feel you're gonna follow me out of here? Alright then, let's go. About your spear. Where'd you get it from? I wonder if they teach Goblin at the Bard's College. I'd like to try some things with you. Gave me a skull. Thanks, I appreciate your gesture. Want to trade some stuff with you? Or not? Can you change your equipment? Change your armor? Leather armor. Okay. Change your helmet. Leather helmet? Iron helmet? Full mask? Okay. Let's change your armor again. No armor? Iron armor? Leather armor? That's all. Alright, I guess we have a companion again. This time it's a spear-wielding green goblin. Did he come this way? I guessed her clinking. Sounded like somebody mining. I don't know if there is mining going on in this place. Or of these blue mushrooms. I'm guessing we should just head out of here. I'm guessing that noise was probably just my imagination or something. This is another one of those situations of I'm not entirely sure if that was base game or if that was content creator. I'm guessing content creator. And I don't know how to feel about the fact that I now have a goblin with what looks like a really cool spear following me. I'm half tempted to try and kill him to take the spear. But I'm also afraid that I'm just going to end up killing him, and then the spear is going to be super heavy like the guy mentioned, and then I'm not going to be able to use it. I was kind of hoping I was going to be able to get the spear, and it turns out it's like a weapon of hearsing. Probably wouldn't be that great, since then I'd be stuck with another situation of stuck with another situation of I have a weapon that is not the weapon that I wanted to use, and it's a bit of a problem. Well, I guess we found another handiwork of the dragons. And in truth, I saw that he had a name. I might just call him, might just end up calling him G. Oh. Well, it looks like somebody was trying to summon a flame astronach and proceeded to destroy their entire house. It's in the end table. Nothing good. Go, G. If he dies, I might try to pick up his spear, but I'm not going to try and kill him for his spear, not yet at least. Because I'm under the impression that it's just going to end up being a problem of me picking it up if that's the case. Fire breath. Go! That's super useful, all things considered. Now, what is this place? Stendar's Beacon. Anything good in here? Not really. Visuals of Stendar.
You speak to a vigilant of Stendar. Cavort with any Daedra. We will hunt you down.
What about goblins? Goblins bed? Let's go, G. Where they find out that I'm a Daedric worshiper. By the Daedric armor by the armor of a Daedra that I'm wearing, and the sword of a Daedra that I'm wearing, and, well, a long list of other Daedric items that I have. Well, now we have Stendar's Beacon discovered. We are going to be coming close to the Dawn Guards area. We're not going there. I will not be joining the Dawn Guard until I have finished being a werewolf. And we have a Khajiit wielding double axes. Potion of stamina, steel plate armor, no thank you, an ebony ingot I will take, and that's it. Let's go, G. I don't think Sarah really cares that this thing is following her. I think she's kind of cautious about it because she's never dealt with goblins before, so she doesn't know how to feel about it. Is that a person? That's just a tree stump. I don't think this is the way to the Dawn Guard. I think this is just this might be a off area map section. I'm not entirely sure why this goblin's following her. I don't know enough about goblins in Skyrim to know why. Oh, nope. Apparently that does lead off map. Must be a way you get to, what do you call it? Must be a way to go to, Morrowind. Which, I don't really have an explanation for why Sarah doesn't just travel to Morrowind. She's powerful enough now that she could probably go other places. She probably knows that Skyrim has reasons to deal with this. Cat's trying to get my attention for some reason. I don't know if you guys can hear her meowing at me, but she's sitting here next to me meowing. What is this? Dayspring Canyon. Oh, that's where we go to. That's how you get to the Dawn Guard. We will not be going through there yet. We will be doing that much later. Oh, we have our revelers again.
Friend. But you look tired. Come, share a bottle of honey brew mead with me.
I would love to share a drink with you.
Nothing like fine spirits to help raise your... Well...
And they're off. Another adventure in another place. We're gonna go this way. Ooh, interesting. I think I know what this place is. And if it is, then there's not really much to do here. Not until we get a quest for it. Yep, the Blackbriar Lodge. Oh, nope. Let's get out of here, G. They're definitely not friendly. I don't feel like fighting them. I do have to say, G doesn't seem like a very useful companion. So just because of the fact that he is... I can't give him stuff, so I can't use him as a pack mule. Then as far as him fighting, I don't think he's going to be very effective. I know what that one is. I don't want to go up there just yet. Partially because of the fact that it wouldn't make a lot of sense with me going to that one just yet. Might go to it later. It is one that we're going to have to do later. Mostly because of the fact that it is another Dragon Priest mask up there. But I know where that one is, and I can easily remember where that one is, so I'm not going to bother with it just yet. Troll versus Spider. No, Spider versus Spriggan. Still haven't done any research into Spriggans. Feel like I should, but haven't done it yet. Go ahead and take the Spriggans taproots. The mine in this area. It's a unicorn. Did I interact with it? Or is it just gonna... Yeah, it's gonna run away from me. I could always try to... mount it eventually. Try to mount it. Wild horses will buck until tamed. Stay mounted until they submit. If you're thrown, try again. Once tamed, you can add a saddle and rename them at any stable. When changing horses, tame horses will return to the location they were found. Okay. Fine, you don't want to work with me? Where did that beast go? I'm tempted to kill it because it's a unicorn. I feel like it would give me better stuff than just a regular horse. Let's try Bex of Flame and see if that's anything more effective. No, it doesn't seem like me. Yep, it's just healing. Okay. I'm not interested in trying to ride it because annoyance. Wait for G to catch up with us. We are getting close to the end of this episode, though. Actually, we're over the time limit. So, the next one we'll most likely be looking into these, this nearby cave, this mine, and, that tent over there. We will most likely be entering this cave in the next episode, but that will be the next episode. Lost Prospect Mine discovered. Terra and G will be taking on that one next time. See you guys in the next one.